In this video, I'm going to be teaching you one of the fastest routes to learning the Yoruba language, and I promise you there is nowhere you will find videos such as this online. This is actually the third series in the first series that I want to release on narrative voices in the Yoruba language, because every language of the world has their own narrative voices, and in the two previous sessions I talked about the narrative voices in the subject position and also in the object position, and today I'll be talking about the narrative voices in possessive as a possessive determiner. Don't worry if you don't understand the jargon that I've just said right now. It's just about giving a terminology to what exists. You don't need to understand the terminology before you understand everything that I will be teaching you in this video, and I will also be showing you some real life examples. I will also be showing some other examples as well as we go on. So just a brief recap to explain what I discussed in the videos that we did in the past two videos that we did. I will strongly advise you go to check the video. Of course, you will still understand everything that I'm going to be saying in this video, but it's very crucial that you go back to the two previous videos and check it out, so that you will perfectly understand what is going on, and you'll be able to follow through everything I'm going to say. But of course, if you still did not check it, you can still pick a lot from this, but I will advise you go and check the two previous videos that I've released. So to give a brief recap on what we've done in the past, I'll be talking about the first person singular. First person just means you are the one carrying out an action, and it is only you. First person singular. First person plural means you are the one carrying out an action, but not only you, that is, you are more than one, like we have it in we. And second person singular means you are talking about someone else who is present with you, but only one person. And then second person plural means you are talking about someone else who is present with you, but the person is more than one person, maybe a group, or maybe you are in a lecture room. And then third person singular means you are talking about someone else who is not there with you, but it's one person. And third person plural actually means you are talking about someone else who is not actually there with you, but it's actually more than one person. So that's what I'll be discussing with us in this video. And a brief recap of what we discussed last time. I discussed that I in English is in the subject position, that is when you carry out an action, but me is actually when you are the recipient of an action. And I in isolation and me in isolation in Yoruba, it is emi, emi. And when you want to use emi in the subject position, you use it as mo. So I left, mo lo. I left, mo lo. I came, mo de. So if you want to use it in the object position, it is me in English, like he gave me, but in Yoruba it is often me. I in isolation is Amy, me in isolation is Amy. But if you want to use it in the subject position, Amy becomes mo in the subject position, and it becomes me in the object position. And we also have the same with first person plural. We is the subject position in English, us is the object position. We came, we stopped, we loved. So those are in the subject position, but in the object position, we will turn to us. But in Yoruba, we in isolation is our, us in isolation is also our. But when you want to use it in the subject position, instead of we, it will be a, and instead of us, it will be wa. So they gave us, it will be one fun wa. They gave us one fun wa. So that's just for that. And then we also have you in English. You in the subject position is still the one in the object position, but Yoruba is not the same. So in Yoruba, you in isolation is iwo, and this you in the object position is also iwo. So when you want to use it in the subject position, it will be o, and when you want to use it in the object position, it is o. So those are what I explained last week. So not to get the video cumbersome, I think I will maybe skip over it, or let me still try if I can quickly explain some of this. And we also have you in English. It is still, when you are still saying you in English to represent to maybe you for third person plural, for third person second person plural, maybe you are talking to people who are with you, it is still you. English will not mark the number, but Yoruba marks number. So it is ẹ̀yin. In isolation, you, it is ẹ̀yin, and this you in the object position is also ẹ̀yin. So in Yoruba, when you want to use it in the subject position, it will be ẹ. This you will be ẹ in Yoruba, and this you will be yín in Yoruba. So he gave you, ó fún yín. He gave you, ó fún yín. He gave you, ó fún yín. So that is for that. And we also have e. I just use e here. E in the third person singular, e and m. E is the subject, m is the object. But English will also say she in the subject, a in the object. But Yoruba does not mark gender. So either it is he, she, or it. It is ohun in Yoruba. So in the object position, this e is ohun, this m is ohun. But in the subject position, when you want to use he or she or it in Yoruba, it is o, o. It is o, o. It is o, o, o. And I explained that this o is different from this o, o. This one is o, this one is o. You know, you in the subject position, you in isolation is iwo, but in the object position it is o, o. But in the object position it is o, and this o is different from this o, so the tone is actually different. So that's for that. And then in the object position, I explained that it's just an extension of the vowel of the last of the preceding verb. So you may want to check the video to understand the examples that I gave. I don't want to go deep into that. And we also have third person plural, which is they and them. They in Yoruba it's awon, them is also awon, but you want to use it in, if you want to use awon in the subject position, they is one. They, if you want to use it in the subject position, they is one, and if you want to use it in the object position, them is also one. They came, one wa, it gave them, often one, so it is still one, either in the subject or object position for this. But the occupation of today is actually to talk about the possessive determiner. To talk about the possessive determiner, which is mine, your, is, their. So that's what we want to talk about today. My, I. When you want to use I to show possession, it becomes mine. When you want to use we or us to show possession, it becomes our. When you want to use you to show possession, it becomes your. When you want to use you to show possession, maybe when more than one person, it becomes your. When you want to use he to show possession, it becomes is. When you want to use they to show possession, it becomes their. And that's what we'll discuss in this video. And the meaning of my in Yoruba is temi in isolation. Is temi. And the meaning of her in Yoruba is tiwa in isolation. So talking about it in isolation means when we want to use it in a sentence, there's a different way we are going to use it, and that is what I will underline. This one is this is what we use when we want to use it in the sentence to show possession. So I will see underline the other ones. So mine is temi in isolation. Is tiwa. When you want to use you to show possession, it's your, and in Yoruba is tire, your, tire. And when you want to use second person plural, you are referring to a group and they are present with you. Your, it is still your in English, and it is tini. Your is tini. And let me go back to this one. Your, tire, it is re. When you want to use it in as a possessive determiner, to describe a noun, like my child, my God, my car. So when you want to use it to qualify a noun, it is actually, you use it as me. We call it determiner. So don't worry, when I use example you will understand better. Forgive me about my jargon. I'm a linguist. So we also have in second person plural your, and in English it is tini. In Yoruba it is tini, and when we want to use it as a determiner, it is yin. And we also have he and him, but when we want to use it to show possession, it is is, and it is tire. It is different from tire. You will see the tone mark as well. This one is tire do re. This one is tire re do. So there's a video I actually did also. You can check the video where I talk about tone in the Yoruba language, because tone actually carries meaning in the Yoruba language. So tone carries meaning. So tire do re, tire is different. It's different from this tire, and what we use is re. If you want to use it as a determiner, you can already see it here. And we also have they and them. which is third person plural, and in isolation it is àwọn. But when we want to use as a possession, it's become dear, and dear in Yoruba is tiwọn. And when we want to use it as a determiner, we use it as one. So now let's get to the example right now, and you will understand more. Let's get to the example. You will understand more about what we're trying to do here. So now, this mine, it is my car. Mọ́tò mi ni. It is my car. Mọ́tò mi ni. So here comes something that I want to explain to you in the Yoruba language. In English language, when you want to qualify, just like we see now, it is my car. The possession comes first before the noun. But in Yoruba language, the noun will come first. Everywhere in the Yoruba language, the noun will come first before we actually reveal the possession. So that's why it is my car. Mọ́tò is car. My, me, just as I said, it will be me. When you want to use it as a determiner, me, this is me. So mọ́tò mi, my car. So if it's house in Yoruba is ilé, my house, it will be ilé mi. If it is my God in Yoruba is Ọlọ́run, it will be Ọlọ́run mi. So in Yoruba language, when you want to show possession of a noun, that noun will come first before you use the word for possession, like my, dear, dear is, your, her. So the noun will come first. So we will continue in that same progression, and you will see. So this my, tèmi, but used in a determiner, used as me. So mọ́tò mi ni. So this one is just a reference, the same way what this is, ni, it, ni, mọ́tò mi ni. So we have in this one, we turn to her, and we have tiwa used as wa. He is our child. Ọmọ wa ni. He is our child. Ọmọ wa ni. He is our child. Ọmọ wa ni. And we can also say it is our car. Ọkọ wa ni. It is our car. Ọkọ wa ni. So I explained in one of the videos that he, she, and it in Yoruba, they just want word to replace them. He, she, and it. So even if it's it here is ni. So he is our child. Ọmọ wa ni. So this one, ni here, is, of course, ni is just a reference. It doesn't mark gender. That's why I say Yoruba does not mark gender in its language. If you are referring to he or she or it, Yoruba will not mark it. So Yoruba just give a single reference that, okay, you are referring to something. But it doesn't tell you if you are referring to he or she or him. So that's for that. So he is our child. Ọmọ wa ni. So I said earlier, noun will come first in Yoruba. Always before the possession, what you use to show the possession. So if it is house, house in Yoruba is ile. It will be it is our house. It is my house. It is our house. It will be ile wa ni. It is our house. Ile wa ni. But I don't have the example here. So now we have the third one, you. Second person singular. It is your. When you want to use your to show possession, maybe your house. What do I use? It is your life. Yeah, it is your life. Life in Yoruba is ayé. And I said that you is tire. And when we want to use it as a determiner, it becomes re. So it is your life. Ayé rẹ ni. It is your life. Ayé rẹ ni. It is your life. Ayé rẹ ni. And going further, we talk about you as well. If you are referring to someone, you, but English, if you are referring to one person, you, it's you. If you are referring to more than one person, maybe a group, it is still you. But Yoruba differentiate it. And in Yoruba, you, when it's more than one person, is any. So in English, you, when it's one person, is still you in the subject and object position, and it is iwo in Yoruba. So to actually mark possession in English, it is your, and that's what we have here. It is your life. Ayé rẹ ni. But in Yoruba, this when you are referring to the you in English, if it's more than one person, Yoruba has another word for it, which is ẹ̀yin, ẹ̀yin, ẹ̀yin. So in showing possession, in English it is still your, but in Yoruba it is tiyín, tiyín. So and when you want to use it as a possession, to show possession, it becomes yín, yín. So I locked your house. Maybe you are the landlord and you are referring to in a tenant meeting, you gather all your tenants together and say, I locked your house. So mo ti ilé yín. I locked. I said I. When you want I in isolation is Emi, but when you want to use it in the subject position, it becomes mo. So mo ti lock ti your house. But I said now will always come first. So now comes first here. Your possession, yin, because yin. That's what we have here. So mo ti ilé yín, mo ti ilé yín, mo ti ilé yín. So that's for that. And if it's I threw your ball. I threw your ball. It will be mo ju bọ́ọ̀lù yín. Maybe they are one. But if maybe they are more than one. Mo ju bọ́ọ̀lù yín. But if it's actually one person, I threw your ball. Mo ju bọ́ọ̀lù rẹ. So that is what if it's one person. Mo ju bọ́ọ̀lù rẹ. So assuming this is actually English language, re is what we have here. We have re. But Yoruba language actually marks number in the language. That's just how it is. So this one is ni. So if I locked your house, if I'm talking to one person, it would have been mo ti ilé rẹ. But because I'm not talking to one person, I'm talking to more than one person, it is mo ti ilé yín. So Yoruba always have respect, even if it is one person, but you want to show respect that the person is an elder, maybe an elder that's older than you will still use ni, because an elder is more than you. Yoruba sometimes actually use some of those words for plurality to show respect. So mo kí yín, I greet you. Mo kí yín. So mo kí yín, it actually means that you greet more than one person. But sometimes mo kí yín doesn't mean you are actually talking to more than one person. It may mean that you are just greeting someone who is an elder and you want to show respect. That's why you can say mo kí yín. But of course, let's remove culture and showing respect. Let's just go ahead. I just use that as a tipping. So that is for that. And then we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He and him. And when you want to use it to show possession, it is or has. It is or ha or it. Is or ha or it in Yoruba, but I don't have much space. That's why I don't put and it there. So to show possession with third person singular is what we have in Yoruba. In English, we have it like we drank is water. We drank is water. Amu omire. You see, the noun comes first again. Amu omire. We drank is water. Amu. This we. First person plural. And I said we in isolation is our. But when you want to use in the subject position, it becomes a. Just like in the previous series. If you go to the previous series, you understand this perfectly. So this just to connect it more in your mind. So we drank is water. Amu omi re. We drank is water. Amu omi re. And this is the fifth one. They, them. And when you want to use it to show possession, it is there. And there in Yoruba is tiwon. 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 And when you want to use it as a possession, it becomes one. So he loves their song, or he loves their song. He loves their song. He loves their song. Let me just put S. He loves their song, and we have it as ó fẹ́ràn orin wọn. Ó fẹ́ràn orin wọn. He loves their song. Ó fẹ́ràn orin wọn. He loves their song. Ó fẹ́ràn orin wọn. I don't know if that shows. So he loves their song. Ó fẹ́ràn orin wọn. He loves their song. Ó fẹ́ràn orin wọn. So that is for that. And if you look at it, E here. O, as I said, where is E here? E. I'm looking for E here. E. Yeah, this is E. As I said earlier, E in isolation is ohun. And when you want to use it in the subject position, you use o. If you go to the previous video, you will see that that's what I said. And now, he loves their song. Dear now is possession, possessive determiner, dear, and it is still one. And when you want to use it as a determiner in possession, it is one. So he loves their song. Ó fẹ́ràn orin wọn. He loves their song. Ó fẹ́ràn orin wọn. So song in Yoruba is orin. And I said earlier, the noun will come first before you use possession. So ó fẹ́ràn orin wọn. So that's just the terminology and everything in the Yoruba language. The noun will come first, and then you use the possession, whatever it is. So mine, tèmi, use as me to show determiner. Our, tiwa, use as wa. Your, tire, use as re. Your, tiyin, if you are referring to more than one person, use as tiyin in determinant position. With tire, which is third person singular. When you are referring to someone else who is not present with you, is if it's the person actually you are showing the ownership, the person is the possessive determiner. So it is tire, tire, and then re is what we use when you are showing possession. And we have dear, which is tiwon, and then one is what you will use. So these are the examples that I show. If you have any question, you can put it in the comment section, and I will answer your video. And you should also keep watch for the 4th series, which will be the last series in this the fastest route to learning the Yoruba language. And please kindly watch this video to the end. You can listen to it again and again for you to have a perfect understanding. And if I have made any mistake, you can call my attention to it in the comment section. If you have any question, you can write me in the comment section. I will answer your question. And if what you want is a private tutorial, and if you are very serious about it, we'll be willing to take I used to take private lessons. So you can reach out to me. You can talk to me in the comment section or through my Gmail. It's actually on the YouTube channel as well, or you can reach out to me to WhatsApp through my Facebook. So that's all I have for you in this third part. I hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly like this video, kindly share, kindly comment, and kindly subscribe, and hopefully see you in subsequent videos. This is Learn Yoruba Online.